All right, hey guys, welcome in. So let's start talking about volume and how we can solve for volume here. All right, so first things first, I think where a lot of us went wrong is not knowing the difference between cylinder, sphere, pyramid, and cone. So let's talk about that first. So a cylinder, this is what we can assume is like a pop can, right? So based on the images below, a cylinder is like this third one over. Again, looks like a pop can or like a silo maybe. So cylinder. So the equation for cylinder to find the volume is volume equals pi r squared height. Now r squared, that means the radius, which is half of a circle or half of the diameter. So it's from the length from the midpoint of a circle all the way to the end of a circle. So in this case, 4 is our radius. So we'd have to do radius squared. So we have to do 4 squared for the height. So let's solve for this one. All right. So we got our volume equals pi times 4 squared and then times our height. Okay. So 4 squared, that's 4 times 4. So we know that's 16. We know our height is going to be 11. And then pi, we're going to plug it in for 3.14. All right. So now if we type that into our handy dandy calculator, all right, we got 3.14 times 16 times 3.14 times 16 times 11. That is going to be 552. 552. Now, the important thing, our units here are inches. So whenever we do volume, our unit is always cubed, not squared, but cubed. So our volume here is going to be 552 inches cubed. So we're going to have a little baby 3 next to our inches. Okay? So that's just how to solve a cylinder. And now we can do the same thing for the rest of these shapes. So a pyramid, if we're looking at these shapes here, a pyramid is going to be the one with the square base. Okay? So out of all of these, this one here on the end is our pyramid because it has a square bottom, right? Not this one to the left because that one has a circle bottom, right? It's highlighted in gray that it's a circle, whereas this one is a square. So that's going to be our pyramid. All right, our equation for that one is volume equals 1/3 times the base times the height. So that means our first step when solving this is we need to figure out the area of the base. So let's write down our equation. Volume equals 1/3 times the base. Now, how do you find the area of a square? Well, the area of the square is the length times the width, right? So we know we're going to have to do length times width. And then back up to our equation, we also have to times it by the height. Okay? So we're going to do 1/3 times the length, let's go 13, times the width, which is 20, times the height, which is 22. That's hard to write on. Okay, good. So then if we simplify that all out, we will get a volume of, let's type it into our calculator. I'm going to do parentheses 1 divided by 3, close parentheses, times 13 times 20 times 22, and I will get an answer of 1,906. Now back up to my units. My units are in inches again, and we're doing volume again, so it's inches cubed. Perfection. Awesome. Okay, next up we have a sphere. So the sphere is obviously the only one that's a big circle, right? Awesome. And its equation is volume equals 4/3 times pi times r. And the important thing here is it's cubed, not squared. So remember, if you're solving for a sphere, you have to cube it. Okay? So we're not going to solve through that one because I think you guys can get that. Just remember that this is cubed. And just like with a cylinder, remember that your radius is from your midpoint to the edge of the circle. Okay, so in this case, it's 10 feet. So you would do 4 over 3 times 3.14 times 10 cubed. All right. And last but not least, we have a cone. So a cone is kind of looks like an ice cream cone flipped upside down, right? It has a circular base. So this one's equation, we have to do volume equals 1/3, once again, times pi, 3.14, we know that, times the radius squared. And again, the radius is from your midpoint to the edge. So in this circumstance, it is 4 centimeters cubed is our radius cubed, times the height, and that's just 5 centimeters in this case. Okay? So this is how to solve volume for these various shapes and what shapes, well, and like how to identify each shape. All right, good job. Thank you guys, and good luck on the skill check.